So I was watching a video earlier about a creator that came on here, and she said a lot of the political content creators that she follows, like myself, are crashing out. And you are absolutely right. Knowledge is fucking depressing, man. That's just the plain and simple truth to it. Like some days I wish I could just be ignorant to all this shit and just walk around like a fucking drone, like an NPC, like the majority of Americans do, but it's just not in me. That's not who I am. But I wanted to go ahead and reiterate that, yeah, we're crashing out, man. Like some days, it feels good to be able to get the message out there. And some days it feels like we're just, talking to a brick wall because, I mean, you guys know, we all know that the government is corrupt. We all know that something needs to change, but nobody's actually willing to take the steps to do that. The only possible way that you're going to get control is the way that they got control. You're never going to be able to play on their morality and their ethics because they don't have any of those. You're never going to be able to convince the white man to deconstruct white supremacy because why the fuck would they do that when they're already winning? They've been winning for hundreds of years. The only possible logical solution to this is violence. And they know that. That's why they're ramping up their ICE, masked armed men running around kidnapping people and taking them to torture camps, trying to scare people into submission. And the way that they've been acting lately tells me a lot about their hand. Like one thing about Trump and his administration is that they've already shown their hand, but I don't think America's ready to deal with it. Like they don't have the balls, or they don't have what it takes to sacrifice their comfort to win this war. And that's why you see content creators like myself just, crashing out. Because it's like, man, I've been sitting here talking for the last 2 years, so since I was blue in the face. I've tried everything to try to get the message out there, and I'm working against censorship. We're working against the MAGA. We're working against our personal problems. Like, I'm a real person. I still have a life. Like, I still have to feed myself. To be honest with you, I don't put much thought into these videos. I literally wake up, I turn the camera on, and I just start talking. Whatever comes out, comes out. That's why you get a lot of raw truth out of me, because that's just who I am. I'm just speaking my opinion, really. I'm not trying to spread any news. I'm not trying to, make anybody, change anybody's mind. I'm just sharing my opinion. This all started with me just having to get it out. Like I felt like nobody knew that we were in trouble. And now that I know that everybody knows that we're in trouble, now it's very obvious that we're in trouble. Now it's more like, why the fuck haven't you guys started fighting yet? Why are you still going to work? Like, I understand, like, why you go to work, because, we have to survive. But why aren't you taking the steps to be able to be independent from the government and more dependent on your community? For a long time I talked about unity, and then I realized that we'll never be united. That's the facts. Unless the grid shuts down, the power goes off, I really don't see America uniting, ever. I just don't see it happening because we're just too different. Our cultures are too different. You know, um, I have tried many ways to try to convince even my own people to unite, and I can't even get my own people to unite. So like getting different cultures and different races to unite is damn near impossible. Trump has done a better job of uniting everybody than any of us could. Just about how much dumb shit he has done that most people don't agree with. He has literally united the entire world against America. Like, that's some scary shit. Like, people that have been fighting for thousands of years, like China, Taiwan, Japan. Like, they've been fighting for like longer than the fucking America's been alive or even created. And now they're all friends because of Trump and the administration. So kudos to them, man. You guys tried to start a war with everybody and fucking ended up getting everybody on the wrong side. Maybe that was the plan all along. What the fuck do I know? I'm just a guy with an opinion. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I really do. I care too much about people. I really do. You know, that's one of my, I would say it's a strength and a weakness. You know, wear my heart on my sleeve type shit. You know, I'm always trying to help people and trying to do everything for everybody else. And meanwhile, I'll be like dead ass alone. I don't even talk to that many people. I got like 6 people in my phone. Yeah, my brother Marcus, my nephew G, my mother, and my homeboy Dylan. That's the only people that are in my phone as far as like phone number, like who has my phone number. Oh, my niece Kayleese, she's in there too. But that's it. I don't even talk to people because most people are still wandering around like NPCs, blind to the reality, blind to what's going on in Gaza, blind to the homeless on the street, blind to their own cousin on the street. You know, there's a lot of people that their family is suffering and they don't even care. So how the fuck are we supposed to unite the entire country if we can't unite our families, our blood? You know, and over the 36 years I've lived, I've realized blood doesn't mean a fucking thing. You know, I'm closer to my brother Marcus than I am to anybody in this world, besides my son and my mother. And my nephew G, we talk all the time. But besides these people, like, I don't really have a strong connection with anybody besides my TikTok family. You. I'm closer to y'all. You guys know me better than my blood knows me. That's why I figured I'd get on here and make a little longer video. I typically don't do long videos just because I end up going on and on and on. And I'll go back and watch them sometimes. I'm like, the fuck was I talking about? You know what I mean? But, man, I just wanted to come on here. I figured I'd share that with you because I thought that was a good saying. Like, yeah, a lot of us are crashing out because a lot of us have real life problems and we're sitting over here. You know, I have to do a lot of fucking research to do these videos because, you know, the second I put it on the internet, there's going to be 50 million people looking at me, checking me if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? That's why I try to stay away from topics I don't know about, like women. I always get ate up in the comment section when I talk about women or being poor. For some reason people are still embarrassed to be poor, even though the entire country is in a recession, headed for a depression. But you guys want to still flex on each other with Jordans and Birkin bags. That's whatever, man. I'm not hating on you. There's a lot of years that I flexed with some Jordans and some nice fits too. So I understand it. But like, we're all broke. Like, nobody is making enough money right now besides like maybe 20% of the country. So literally 80% of the country makes less than 40 grand a year. If you make less than 40 grand a year, I'm sorry, but you're broke. That's the facts. Like, I know a guy that makes like 100,000, 200,000 a year and he acts like he's broke. So shut your broke ass up, under 100 grand ass earning motherfucker. Stop making that your whole personality. Your money is not your personality. You know, and I know plenty of people that have money that are shitty people. And I know lots of people that don't have any money that are some of the most loving, kind people that you will ever meet in your life. So don't let money determine how you treat people or treat yourself for that matter. Anyways, to all my creators out there, man, try not to crash out. I know every day it seems like I'm going to crash out too, man. Fuck around, run into a maggot in the street, knock them the fuck out, end up in jail. Anyways, if you're still listening to this, post while whining Katanin, you have a good day today.